Hello everyone, welcome to the 17th in my Nakshatra series. It's Anuradha Nakshatra, found completely in the sidereal sign of Scorpio between 320 and 1640 degrees. We'll also find out so much about the Nakshatras themselves and how do you see them in your chart, which are the most important Nakshatras for you to notice. If you're new to my channel, don't forget to sub below. If the video is good and helpful, give it a thumbs up. Thank you. Let's go. First of all, everyone, what exactly are the Nakshatras? Why are they so important in astrology, and when and where do we use them? Put simply, the Nakshatras are the night sky, or the stars in the night sky, the constellations we see in our galaxy. They're actually linking us to the higher lokas and bringing our karmas down in a mystical way through the Nakshatra into the Rasi, into our life. Parashara has written, God has decorated the heavens with constellations like pearls on a dark steed. The light of the sun hides them in the day, and all knowledge of them is divined in the darkness of the night. The word nakshatra actually means protecting the night from destruction. What is being protected from destruction? Our minds, because these nakshatras are moon ruled, because the moon is the lord of the night sky, and only in the night sky do we see these constellations. In the same way, sun is the lord of the daytime, lord of the day, and he rules the sun signs, of course, the rasis or zodiac signs. And both the moon and the sun are working together in this way. Nakshatra and Rasi, zodiac signs, working together, we have real astrology. Don't forget, the stars are the basis of astrology. The Rasis or zodiac signs come from the Nakshatras, not the other way around. In fact, they can never be separated. Nakshatra must always fit in with the Rasi exactly. With the sidereal zodiac, this is always happening. If they are in any way separated, true prediction, true astrology is not possible. Let me illustrate this for you. Here's an illustration, everybody. Kara Pandit Sanjay Rath of the 27 Nakshatra scheme. It shows us perfectly how they map mathematically together with the Rasis. On the outside are the 27 Nakshatras, and every pada mathematically and perfectly linked with the sidereal zodiac on the inside. And more importantly, there are actually 3 portions to the nakshatra scheme. Can you see 3 equal divisions that are occurring at each Gandanta break? Gandanta is where water sign meets fire sign. Cancer, Leo, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Pisces, Aries in the sidereal zodiac. And these Gandanta dangerous crossings, danger points, switch points, affect all of our karmas. And this break, this threefold division of this nakshatra mandala is very important because it is relevant to our lives. First is the early childhood and adulthood portion of our lives. Second section is our middle adulthood. And third, late or old age. And you map these in your own chart, starting with your birth nakshatra, the moon nakshatra. More than that, you can even make exact predictions of every single nakshatra and meaning in your life from your Janma Nakshatra. So many predictions can be made. I will definitely make some future videos bringing these up for you. Right now, let's start with the basics. Let's understand the 27 nakshatras in this series, and most importantly, the ones that you should be looking out for in your birth chart. So which nakshatras matter in your chart? Well, I've just shown you every single nakshatra, whether a planet is there or not, can be used to make predictions. But definitely, wherever there are grahas, including Rahu Ketu, those nakshatras are important for you. But still, let's cut it down to the bare basics, everybody. I would say there are 4 important positions in regard to nakshatra that you definitely need to study and to understand. First and foremost is the moon or Janma. Janma means birth nakshatra. This is most important. Now, the moon is the mother, and the moon Janma Nakshatra actually relates us genetically to our mother's biological line. Some of that psychological and biological karma coming down is actually shown in this nakshatra. And secondly, moon is society. So moon Janma Nakshatra shows us how we get on with other people, how we move in society. So much of our outer experiences in life can be seen from this Janma Nakshatra. And many fundamental personality traits can be seen from the moon Janma Nakshatra, definitely. Not from the Lagna so much, not from ascendant, ruler, ascendant, all of that. No, it's the moon, it's the mind, it's the Janma Nakshatra. Don't forget, personality changes all the time. As you get older, you'll see it clearly. Personality develops through life, changes just like the moon. So study your Lagna or Ascendant Nakshatra. This will show you how you integrate yourself with society as a physical body. What do you look like? How do you dress yourself? How do you present yourself to other people as a physical being? And how intelligent are you? Or more importantly, actually, what do you do with your intelligence? How do you make decisions? And very important, do not delegate understanding of the sun, of Surya or Ravi Nakshatra. This is so important. How do you maintain vitality? So much to do with health, actually. Lagna and Nakshatra, some way to do with health, but sun, very much so. And how do you maintain dharmic action, righteous action, and spiritual development also linked with the sun nakshatra? And definitely understand your Atmakarika Nakshatra. This is so important. Atmakarika means the highest degree planet in your chart. This contains a whole heap of karma that will bring very difficult circumstances into your life. Lord of this Nakshatra, Lord of this Atmakarika Nakshatra will help you actually to deal with these karmas. Important to understand, most definitely. By the way, if you're not sure what is your highest degree planet, check at the bottom of my description box. There's a website there where you can bring up your birth chart with the Atmakarika listed, and indeed all of the nakshatras in your chart. The lord of Anuradha Nakshatra is Shani. The lotus flower is the main symbol, and the deity Mitra is the lord of friendship. The color is a reddish brown. The purpose is dharma or righteous action. Direction is south, and the body part, the stomach. The beautiful lotus is a symbol for Anuradha. Lotus blooms in muddy conditions, not auspicious environment, and yet this beautiful flower comes forth. And this says everything about Anuradha. Anuradha people can get stuck in life in those muddy, swampy conditions where they think, oh, how do I get out of this fix? But they do. The more difficulty, the more trauma even sometimes, but the more difficulty, the more obstacles, they become stronger. They get beautiful results. Anuradha people are stoic people. They will stick with anything and they will in the end get success. But sometimes they have to leave past behind in a dramatic way. They can thrive in a totally new environment. They are very good at starting afresh. Don't forget. And the triumphant archway is a symbol for Anuradha, as with Vishaka. They will get success. They will get triumph in the end, though it is often delayed. Anuradha also relates to a lightning bolt, a flash of light, a brilliant inspiration. Once again, when they are stuck in those corners in life, they get this magical inspiration. They should always listen to their inner voice. And the deity is Mitra. Mitra is the god of friendship. Anuradha have such a talent for deep connections to other people, other beings generally. They know how to bond. They know how to connect. Trouble is, sometimes they can get themselves into difficult situations. They are so intense about this. That's the thing. Generally, though, friendships are auspicious for them. Joining with other people, teamwork is definitely a good thing. And of course, the name Radha refers to Radharani, the actual companion or deep feminine energy of Lord Krishna, God himself. So Radha is that total devotion, selfless devotion. Radharani was devoted to caring for others. She had many animal companions also. She loved non-humans. And this tenderness, this devotion, this caring nature is a big factor for Anuradha people. And of course, Radharani is known for her love in separation from Lord Krishna. Even when he was not physically present before her, she maintained this deep inner connection. And Anuradha people have this capacity to deeply bond, deeply love, which is where they have to have discrimination, where they have to temper all of this, where they have to pace themselves carefully, giving devotion. They are deeply loving, deeply devoted, and they have to take care where they place that. But it isn't just people. They are devoted to causes, jobs, situations, anything which they deem worthy of their energy. They will be totally devoted, totally focused to these things. Because you see, Saturn, Shani, is the lord of this nakshatra. He's about delay, obstacles, obstruction, restriction, difficulty, but in the end, he gives endurance, patience, which leads to the most tremendous, long-lasting results. In fact, very often there is delayed success because Saturn's maturity is 36. So after 36, Anuradha people get easier progress. But still, there are trials, tribulations, because Saturn is about past life debt. But actually, even if you have no planets in this nakshatra, check the house where is Anuradha Nakshatra in your horoscope, because that area will have trials, tribulations, many delays, but ultimate success, definitely ultimate success. You will be devoted, determined in that area without doubt. The other factor is that this nakshatra takes place completely within Scorpio, and this creates a difficulty because Mangala and Ketu rule Scorpio. This combination of Mangala Ketu with Saturn gives frustration because Mangala Ketu certainly want to push ahead, get rid of all the obstacles, have no patience. But Saturn demands patience because a debt has to be paid. So inattention, turmoil is a very common factor with this nakshatra. In terms of relationships, it's going to be stressful because of this conflict inside. We'll talk more on the video. But in terms of material life, career, success, this can be very helpful. Why? Because Mangala can give discipline. Ketu likes a routine. So sticking with things, getting tasks done, this is really helpful. And yet, surprisingly, the animal totem, lucky animal for this nakshatra, is the beautiful but timid deer. This animal is restless, agitated, moving here and there, never wants to be cornered, obviously. So this is a different aspect of Anuradha. They love to travel, move around. But it's a good thing in a way because Anuradha people thrive in foreign shores, distant land. Traveling far and wide is actually favorable for them. Sometimes you will see foreign residents definitely for these Anuradha people, but you have to see the whole horoscope. That's the thing, not just one nakshatra position. Actually, whichever house, once again, Anuradha is in, even if there are no planets there, something from distant shores comes in there. People connected to the house may be connected to foreign shores. Career-wise, you see, Anuradha is a very creative sign, but it's an inward inspiration coming forth, particularly in dance, creativity, where there is movement. They can be inspired because of Ketu's influence from Scorpio. And their business sense is acute. They intuitively know what the next move is well before anybody else does. But they benefit from teamwork in a business situation, bringing other people on board, working in, let's say, business partnership is actually very favorable for them as well. But the late 30s is a seminal career change for many Anuradha Nakshatra people. After 36, Saturn's maturity, they get things off the ground. Things start to move. Where things had been stagnated, slow, uncertain, things definitely change after 36, as I've said, for this nakshatra people, particularly in career, business, monetary factors. So you see, though, Anuradha is not about going it alone. In business, career, teamwork, excellent. Managerial positions, excellent. But in love relationships, you can't manage them. You can't control them. They are uncontrollable. They are different forces. And this is where Anuradha people can become a little unstuck. Yes, they are devoted. They can be so devoted to somebody. They can be too much. They can give everything and then get themselves into a vulnerable and particularly even dangerous position. Some of them, they have to temper this. They can be all or nothing in relationships, and this can't be always in their favor. And definitely, though, friendships, as I say, are the special thing. We shall talk about love, relationship, spouse, but friendships are the thing. Anuradha people need friends, need connections, need people they can unload their problems with, need to listen to their friends, be with their friends, connect. They are the most loyal and trustworthy friend you could ever have. But they can be a little bit demanding as well. They demand a lot of time, energy from their friends sometimes, but they give a lot back. But when Anuradha Nakshatra is afflicted, when there are malefics there, particularly malefics are in this nakshatra, like Mangala, Saturn, Ketu, Rahu, there can be jealousy, or they are aspecting this nakshatra planet. There can be jealousy, envy, difficulty, a huge emotional burden from these negative emotions can come in to this nakshatra. They have to get rid of any form of exclusivity, knowing that those who are meant to be with them will be with them. Those who are not, they should let them go. They can be a little bit clingy, get very insecure, and this is something they've got to watch out for. This can affect spousal relationship, friendship, business, anything where there is a strong bond to another person. Difficulty, jealousy, possessiveness, even obsession can come in when there is affliction to this nakshatra. So it goes without saying, Anuradha, particularly in early life, can go through some very challenging, heartbreaking situations where they give everything and it is not reciprocated. This is karma. This is karmic. This is Saturn coming in saying, no, you have to become self-reliant here. But still, despite these heartbreaks, difficulties, traumas even, sometimes Anuradha people survive. They are great survivors. They become more tempered, cautious, but still they have so much love to give, so much to give. They must just make sure that they pace themselves, that they don't become all or nothing. They can even scare people away by their intensity. But later in life, relationships get much more harmonious, much easier. In fact, one of the blessings of this Anuradha people, they can help others, make other people feel secure, happier, grounded. What they will find is that other people become dependent on them. This is definitely one of the factors we will see. Anuradha people are caring, protective, loving, devoted, and superb parents, superb nurturers of younger people, vulnerable people, sick people, hurt people. They are some of the most marvelous counselors, therapists you could ever encounter. They can use creative avant-garde techniques like art therapy, nature therapy, all of these things. They will be inventive and successful in any psychological therapy, definitely. They are very good at psychology, actually, at sussing out people's motivations, people's deep traumas. And they are some of the most healing people on the planet. Medicine, alternate medicine, therapy, all of this attracts them and can be very successful for them as well. When the ascendant degree is in Anuradha Nakshatra, these people are very ambitious, very determined to achieve in life, have the most really incredible desire for success. But thing is, they get into obstacles, and this makes them so frustrated they can even be self-undoing. They can be their own worst enemies by impatience, by anger, by stress. They have to calm themselves down, keep themselves focused, always thinking of the long-term goal. This will help them incredibly. Anuradha ascendant people need self-reflection. They need to look at their own action, particularly in connection to other people. Anuradha is a team player factor, but when the ascendant is here, you want to do it your way or the highway, that sort of idea. And this can cause conflict with others. Check where Mars has gone. Check where Saturn has gone. If they are strong in your chart, you will endure through many frustrations and definitely get success in the end. In ascendant, Anuradha definitely gives conflicting relationship situation, but in the end, you will settle down. There may be changing relationship situations until you have self-awareness, but in the end, you see, Anuradha, after 36, as I say, definitely relationships settle into a much more productive pattern. It can be very powerful indeed when the sun, Surya, is in Anuradha. Why? Because Mitra is the deity. Mitra is a form of the sun god, showing that friendship, connections to others help you to grow spiritually. And even in your material life, definitely connections to others, being a team player, being someone who connects well in the workplace to your colleagues. Many helpful people support you. You are loyal, devoted to them, and very often they will reciprocate. And don't forget, Sun is enemy to Saturn, lord of this nakshatra. Father problems, authority problems, all of these things occasionally can be seen, but your life goes through a real up phase after age 36. Tremendous transformation often happens. Sun here gives a real change in life, midlife, but success is definitely going to come due to tremendous determination. Even when things are knocked off course, you turn it around, come back, and get success in the end. When the moon is in Anuradha Nakshatra, tremendous sensitivity, caring nature is here, but very sensitive. Sometimes emotions become very turbulent here as well. Moon is not in exact debilitation degree, but still there is a enormous sensitivity to other people. You will find this. Moon Anuradha are devoted friends, caregivers, counselors, psychics, occult practitioners as well, medical people, superb. These people have so much caring to give, but they have to watch out for that sensitivity, which can knock them off course. If it is afflicted moon, jealousy, possessiveness can hamper even friendships, what to speak of intimate personal relationship. And connection to home environment early in life, family life can be very stressful, very difficult sometimes because Saturn is the first Mahadasha and this gives difficulty for most people. The blessing here is that intuition is super strong. You know internally what you have to do. Learn how to meditate. Get away from all the stressful situations, particularly relationship, family situations sometimes. Turn inward. Your intuition gives you tremendous guidance at every moment of life. When the Atmakarika, highest degree planet in a horoscope, whatever it should be, is in Anuradha, there is a restlessness, a determination to do something, but you don't quite know what you have to do. Lack of direction even sometimes can be hampering. Don't forget, Atmakarika carries so much karma, past life, that we have to pay off. Check the house placement. The house placement of that Anuradha Atmakarika, you've got to pay back some debt. If it's in your 3rd house, 11th house, maybe to your siblings. If it's in 7th house, in relationships. If it's in 8th house, you could be medically talented, surgeon, somebody doing tremendous service through medicine, counseling, therapy, these sort of things. So Atmakarika here, focusing on other people who can benefit from your strength, gets you success and certainty in life. Don't forget, after 36, things smooth out much more harmoniously. And this is the focus for all Anuradha people, actually, caring for others. What can you give to others? Your strength is stronger than you could ever imagine. All of your doubts, sensitivities, hypervigilance around relationships, friendships cause you distress. But then you find inner strength, purpose, and your life takes off in a most successful way. Don't forget, 36. I've said it many times, but it is a big turning point. Hope the video was instructive to you. Look forward to your comments. Don't forget to sub below if you're new. Goodbye for now, and God bless everyone.